Yeah. All right, we cool now. We can go ahead and rock this, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaking 99.
It's your boy Boxing P.
We just on here trying out this YouTube live stream. Go ahead and get in this boxing conversation up here, see how this work out. We just on here now, so if you come in or whatever, in the chat or whatever, you could, throw in your 2 cents or whatever. But we're going to just be talking about past weekend's fights and, Mikey Garcia, uh, Robert Easter Jr., and then talk a little bit about, how real the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence fight gonna be, because that's right around the corner if they talking about November, December, So I mean, looking back at Saturday, man, Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter Jr., man, overall, man, what'd you think of the performance from both of these guys? Some people, they were saying it was a highly contested fight. Some people were actually saying like Robert Easter actually. Some people think he pulled it out, man. What was your thoughts on that, man?
No, I definitely don't think he pulled it out. He, Robert Easter put on a hell of a fight, but he lost. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia definitely was the better man that night, and he kind of proved that for 12 rounds. I mean, like I say, I get what people saying because Easter Bunny was in there the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? But Mikey Garcia was dominating. You know what I'm saying? He was landing the more shots, the more meaningful, the harder shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Robert Easter will tell you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So man, that boy hit and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I don't think it's a really a debate in his mind. You know what I mean? He was gracious in defeat. You know what I mean? He didn't he wasn't upset about the decision.
Yeah, to me, it was just like an open and shut decision. I mean, he was game. He looked game at times. Like you said, he was always in the fight, but not really into the fight. Like, he was in there all the way for the 12 rounds, but he never really came up with a game plan to make me say he was trying to win. You know what I mean? Like the first few rounds, he tried to get something going, get the jab going, but it was like, yeah, when you said Mikey started throwing that pop, and after he scored that knockdown in the third round, it was like you could kind of see it in his body language. He kind of changed his whole, demeanor.
It changed the game. Like I was saying the other day, and I really don't think people really expect that type of pop from Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? And it's like you say, after that knockdown, it definitely changed the game. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, rightfully so. Now not only can he hurt me, he can drop me. I gotta be careful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a few things to worry about.
Yeah,
First you got to worry. You think you're worrying about just the jab or whatever, getting past his, boxing skill, but then you got to worry about him knocking you down too. So
yeah, you know what I mean. So, but overall, it was a great fight. Two guys in there going at it for 12 rounds. I think overall it was a really good fight.
Yeah, yeah, it was just a good fight because that's what we want to be seeing.
Right.
Two young guys undefeated getting in there, both had belts, and I mean, like we said, it's not really a fight that's gonna take Robert Easter out of the game. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience for him
Right.
because,
Right.
like we said, he ain't really on the level like a Floyd and all of them yet. I mean, this is how he learning. So
Absolutely.
this is kind of like to see where he at right now. And for me, this is like where, okay, he couldn't pull it out now. He can come back again and do it. He could come back and try again.
That's what I
But
was gonna say, Ant. Too. I love the way that he's like taking the loss too. He making jokes. He's being honest. He not being defensive and making excuses. I mean, he taking it. He like, hey, some of the greats, have lost a fight before. It's just part of the game, and I respect that in him too because we need to see more of that too. And people being gracious in defeat because somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, and there's no reason to be acting like a chump or bitch because you lost for real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really.
yeah, yeah, because he definitely, like I said, like some people in the past when they can't handle the loss, they run up out the ring, or
Yeah.
they don't even want to talk about it. They suggesting that, hey, I ain't lose, but
Yeah,
he knew it. He knew it. So it was just like, and going back to what we were talking about yesterday, like you brought up, he kind of took it a gracious way because when you think of who you in there with, Mikey Garcia, like you said, the cloth that he's cut from,
exactly.
his brother, his father, they all got some kind of tie in the boxing, you know what I mean? They kind of just been passing it down to him.
Pedigree, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a shameful loss. You didn't get knocked out. You did better. You did better than your counterpart did. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, I mean, the main thing about him taking it this way, he'd be able to go on easily. When you take it real hard and be bogged down mentally, it's harder to come back. You know what I mean? He took it like, yo, this dude is legit. He the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there, I gave him all. He gave it his all. He was a better man that night. And that's just it, man. To me,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing else you can really say about Robert Easter as far as like, except things he just needed to work on his skill. It wasn't like he didn't show the heart because he did. He showed the heart or he wanted to stay in there. He just couldn't come up with a better game plan than somebody who, like we say, comes from, a brother and a father that boxed, and trained other fighters. They've been passing all that down to him. He's a four-time world champion. So all of that's gonna come into factors like we always do the math equation,
Exactly. That's why I don't know if it was last episode, but I said just when you compare the two guys, I mean, they on two different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Just your brother being a world-renowned trainer, just that right alone, right there. You know what I'm saying? You have access to something that significant in the boxing game. I mean, it just has to give you the advantage, man. It has to give you the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Robert Easter is definitely still in the learning stage of his career.
Yeah, because
things out. Mikey, he know what he doing. He gunning for, his legacy. You know what I mean? He don't have. I'm not feeling this out. I'm not trying. He know what he wants, and he going for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between him and a lot of guys. Like we say, he got his blueprint. Terrence Crawford got his blueprint. Deontay Wilder got his blueprint. These guys. They saying what they want to do, and showing that they want to do these things. You know what I mean? Not just talking.
For somebody like Robert Easter at this point, like, what do you think it is he got to do? Because I know we were kind of brought up the fact that too, like he's in the gym, but he's kind of working with other kids, other students of the game that's still learning. Also, do you think he need to bring in somebody with more boxing pedigree? Somebody that can kind of show him some of the tricks of the trade to kind of bring him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that can, like a veteran too, that can kind of help him.
Help him out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like a real down to earth kid, and seemed like he would be open to something that could only benefit him. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing too, and to be honest, is like Mikey Garcia got like the craziest style ever because it don't look like nothing. And the guys that he's beating, they're doing what they normally do, but by him just being like steady and consistent and just constantly doing what he does, it just seemed to, always topple these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that was a bad night for Adrian Broner or that was a bad night for Robert Easter. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
They both looked in shape. Definitely Robert Easter, he looked like he definitely prepared for the fight. It's just Mikey is just something special, I think, Ant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he proved that to me the hard way. Some people, you see it early. I'm seeing it late in Mikey. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it late in Mikey.
Yeah, I see it like now because like it's crazy because it's like his prime is now, and it just seemed like the older he getting, nobody's gonna really break that. Nobody can really break that chain because it's like you say when he get in there, people are gonna say, "Oh, Robert Easter, he got the height, he got the reach to keep him outside." But when he get in there, man, it's like all of that's nullified for some reason.
Nullified, dude. It's like I said, it's not like these dudes are not doing what they supposed to do or normally do. That stuff works on other guys, but it don't work on Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying?
It don't work on man. Slick guy, okay, AB supposed to be moving down his comfortable weight, slick boxer. No, man, Mikey come in there and beat you down, man. And it's like we say, he don't really show you one thing, or you don't expect one thing that he gonna work on. It's like everything.
Right.
Everything's well rounded with this kid. So you can't really deny him that he's like I said in the last episode, he was he's in the top 5 pound for pound of me.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yeah, he's in the top 5. I mean, wherever you want to place him, I feel like he's definitely there, man. So
hands down. I mean, and that just goes back to like, we putting this man in the top 5 and look at some of the stuff that that's on his resume, but they ready to make Lomachenko number 1. Number 1, they ain't saying the top 10 guy. They saying number 1 off his resume. It's crazy. The kid is good, but we need to see more out of him, man. Just bottom line. I mean, a lot of these guys are good, but I need to see more. Munguia is good, but I want to see more. You know what I mean? Charlos are good, but I need to see more. Is good, but I want to see more. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, because with Mikey, it's like I feel like he's taking the right fights. You know what I mean? Where you can already say, okay, I got to take my hat off to him, and kind of leading into the next thing, especially with this fight. Now he's taking a big leap. Trying to get in there with Errol Spence. You can only, like I said when he first said the name, as somebody like a fan, you kind of feel a little bit fearful for him.
Oh yeah.
Because we know there's weight classes for a reason sometimes, but we know there's guys who can go into a weight class and maybe handle it. Like we know Bud, when he go up to 147, that's more in his realm, But for somebody like Mikey Garcia going from 135 to wanting to challenge somebody at 147, which we know ain't gonna be they ain't gonna work out no catch weight. Mikey don't really do that. It's kind of a thing where you feel fearful, but at the same time you got to show him respect, because who else in between there is really calling Spence out? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
Besides Bud.
I mean, guys are saying his name, but how real is it though, Ant? You know what I'm saying? Guys are saying his name, but how real is it? I mean, I know Terrence Crawford. He hasn't done anything but prove himself so far in the game. So I know when he said that he mean it, he wants to fight him. But some of these guys flip flop on fighting Errol Spence. You know what I mean, for whatever reason. But the Mikey Garcia thing is like, Lomachenko fight is a very interesting fight. It's a great fight, but like we said the other day, and honestly, that's not nothing I'm seeing Lomachenko show that he's highly interested in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so Mikey Garcia, I think he feel the same way. He don't feel like that's a fight that is willing to be made. But
Yeah,
you know, you jump up to Errol Spence, which is, you know, a dangerous fight, definitely on the outside looking in and on paper and all any way you look at it. Even they said Robert Garcia and his family is, you know, warning him about this fight or whatever. But I just, the thing for me, and is like, what Mikey Garcia seen everything Errol Spence seen. He's seen everything we seen. He's seen everything we seen. He's seen him in person. He seen all types of shit about him. It's just like, he been fixated on this Errol Spence thing, and it ain't like it's new. He ain't hopping on the hype train really. He been, you know, kind of fixated on this guy, and it's just, you know, when a guy can have the focus of a guy like Mikey Garcia, man, it's hard to say what he can't do. You know
I mean, yeah, like what you're saying too. That's what make it crazy, because he's the guy we know. He been to his fights. He's getting the ground floor. He's seeing what he do, and we like he's seeing what we see on TV and what we claim he can do. So it's still like this the guy calling him out, because usually, like we say, these other fighters, when they see what he do, it's never a yes or no if they're gonna fight him. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh, if it makes sense, or sometime down the line. But Mikey, he's always been like, I'll fight him. You know, he's always been saying, I'll fight him. Like, he said he'll fight him even when he don't have a fight lined up. You know what I mean? Like, some dudes, they be like, oh, I can't fight him. I got a fight coming up. Or, you know what I mean? Just to kind of throw you off. But Mikey, it's like, he just got rid of Robert Easter now. And now he calling him out, man. And not next year, but the end of this year.
And you know what? We did a show on risk versus reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always bashing fighters, fighting bums, tomato cans. All right, well, here's a guy who's calling out a guy who ain't a bum or a tomato can. He's a champion. It's a hell of a risk. And it's still like people are still bitching about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we can't have our cake and eat it too. I like the message that he's sending to people. Like, yo, this is how you do it, man. You get in here and you call. You know what I mean? This. I want to prove that I'm who I am. If I'm number one, I want to be able to look back at my resume and say, well, damn, I guess you can say I'm number one. I beat number 3, number 4, I beat everybody.
Right.
It's just important to him. You know what I'm saying? It's not, like I said, it's not about the paydays with him. You don't hear Mikey Garcia talking about, oh, you know, the money got to be right. Of course, that got to be right. That go without saying that. Who gonna do this shit if the money ain't right?
Right.
That go without saying. You know what I mean? You only have to say that out your mouth. That's a given. Mikey Garcia getting nice paydays. You know what I mean? That's a given. He ain't got to talk about that, you know what I mean? But I don't see him trying to penny pinch, though, trying to get every penny out the deal. He like, yo, this is what I'll be happy with, and he probably get that, and it's easy negotiation.
Yeah, because he knows, and just like all these other fighters know, that if you prove your worth, the money gonna come.
The money gonna
come. I mean? And you ain't got to mention that in public. Like, whoever you beating, the more you get up to that ladder, you know, you can talk about that behind the scene. And then if you know this next big fight, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, whoever it is, you already know that the money, right? So you ain't got to mention. All you got to do is say, sign the contract.
Why are you talking about it publicly when that's going to be handled privately? The conversation about money, the negotiation about the money is going to be handled privately. That's not going to be on social media or wide. So there's no need to really put that out there necessarily. You know, the fans do want to know what's going on, but, you know, Mikey Garcia is staying active, and it's happening. He don't have to talk about it. You know what I mean? He don't have to give us that filler and that buffer to keep us on ice until something happened. You know what I mean? Because we like, yo, he fighting this date. Yo, he fighting that date. He calling this dude out. He want this dude, you know? So it's like, I mean, you can never respect Mikey Garcia.
Exactly. And on the real, like we say, man, it's like anytime somebody's talking about money, and that's all you keep talking about, the percentage this way, the percentage that way. That's just kind of like, for me, like your shield to avoid a fight.
That buffer.
That's that bump. Yeah, that's how I feel, because it's like, when more you keep talking about money and don't accept, you just drawing your time out so you can get some other easy fight. Where if you just accept something, like I said, and prove your worth, we already know, we it's already established that you getting X amount of dollars, and that's a fair fight. You know what I mean? It's a fair amount of money for you. But when you keep drawing it out, like I said, and you keep bringing it up to the public, trying to make it a drama show about, oh, I deserve this amount, he deserved this amount, that means you don't really want it.
That's me. You know,
because for us, we really don't care, because we ain't seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting that money.
Get a ticket or a pay-per-view to watch it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, because we ain't getting the money, so we really don't care. As long as y'all hash it out, it's okay. We getting to see a good fight. That's all we care about. You know?
Right.
But for you, my question is, besides, Errol Spence, is there anybody else in there that you do want to see him with? Besides, I mean, like, see, I put up the picture on Instagram and I said Lomachenko. Yeah, I definitely say that, because right now he do hold a belt at 135, and that's the one that do make sense. But it's like I was saying the other day, I guess it's kind of like Mikey Garcia. He want Errol Spence more than Lomachenko want Mikey, right?
Yeah.
It kind of seeming like that.
That's the way it's saying.
And with Lomachenko having shoulder surgery, he coming back in December. You know he ain't gonna want to take Mikey on in December.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see that happening.
Is there anybody else Mikey could take in there? Like, do you really think Mikey could do this, man, against Errol Spence, man?
I mean, the thing about it, I mean, you could find some type of viable fight right in the middle somewhere. Is it going to be interesting? Is this fight? No. The thing about it is, they put this fighting out here. Then, like I told you the other day, this ain't a fight that I said, yo, these two need to match up in the ring, or they gotta be the one. It never happened with this fight. This is a fight that came out of left field, and the more and more Mikey keep doing in the ring and talking is making it more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming more realer. Errol Spence is responding. They going back and forth. Not with necessarily aggression, but talking like they down to make it happen. So it's just funny in that way, because this is not a fight that, like I said, these two people, they got their styles, they got to match up at some time in their career. I just never seen this one coming, but now that they brought it to my eyes, I'm like, oh well, shit. I mean, I know these two people will fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know it ain't gonna be no whole bunch of negotiations with these people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like you say, why not? Why not?
Because even Errol Spence on his side, he ain't really saying anything like, "Oh, he too small" or nothing. He been saying, he been basically saying like, "Oh, he wanted to fight." I'm here. It's like, why would he turn it down? Really? I mean, at the same time, you fighting an undefeated fighter that can help your legacy.
And that's my thing, Ant. If all these excuses, then just go in there and wash him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what Errol Spence is doing. He ain't too small. No, okay, come on in.
Just take it.
Come on in. You know what I'm saying? And when I wash him, then that'll be a name on my resume. If he washes him, you know what I mean? But, like we said the other day, Ant, I mean, you could analyze it, watch tapes, break it down, do a million equations, but nobody really know what's going to happen till the night of the fight. Like I said, the main thing that makes me interested is how adamant Mikey Garcia is. Not, it's not like he chasing paydays, Ant. This is not a guy who, oh man, I want, he picking the toughest fights, not the biggest payday. This ain't a big payday fight. Errol Spence is not a big payday fight. This is about testing himself, Ant. You know what I mean? As a fighter.
Yeah, because we think about it, come on, like, if he was just in it for paydays, he would be screaming for Manny right now or something.
Yeah, exactly.
because people think about it in the long run. Come on now, Errol Spence, like he ain't no pay-per-view star. I mean, he's a welterweight champion. Like we say, there's a difference between a champion and a superstar.
Absolutely.
You know, and he know that too. That's why it's like our question again was like, well, why he reaching out to fight this dude so much? It's so much risk more than it is reward. You know.
And you hit the nail on the head too. You know, another person in his situation, they would have hopped on the Pacquiao thing. You know, it's payday. They caught him in the ninth end of his career. Let me go hop on it. He like, yo, no, I want this young animal right here. I want, you know what I'm saying? It's just more respect for that man in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even think about Manny. That is a viable fight. You know, Mikey and Manny. You know what I mean? Manny coming off a good win. Mikey coming off a good win. That is named it. You know, when we were just looking for a name, that is a name that I would be interested in seeing. You know what I mean? Other than that, Lomachenko, and like I say, the Errol Spence, now that he brought it up, and that's not a fight I was longing for, though. You know what I mean? It's not a fight that I was like, yo, I gotta see them match up, you know. Since he brought it up, you know.
Because see, it was kind of like he brought it up because sadly, it's like you got all these people in here, but it's still like slim pickings for him. You know, he was like, well, if I can't get Loma and he right here, Thurman, he's still out. I gotta go for Spence. You know, Spence, he can't get no other dance partner, so it's like he can't turn me down. You know, it was kind of like they kind of needed each other, which is sad, like I said, because there's so many other people near their weights. They really shouldn't be fighting yet. You know, like I kind of wanted this fight. I mean, I never really thought about it either, but like now that I do, I would rather see it maybe after Mikey get a little older, fill out a little bit more, and maybe made like a statement at 140 at least, you know, or 147. But
absolutely,
it's his first fight at 147. He going for, you know.
I mean, he just fought it Saturday at 135. Now he going up to 147. It's almost 10 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Difference. And like we talked about way back, and anybody that know boxing, those pounds make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, and that's the thing, Ed. I think people would be fine with this fight maybe happening later on once Mikey Garcia, like you say, made a statement that we say, yo, okay, whoa, hold up. These two need to be in the ring. But Mikey Garcia is jumping right on it. And I'm in my mind, I'm trying to wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Why are you jumping on the most dangerous man out right now, really? You know what I mean? That's leading me to believe this shit. I don't know. Might be something that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't just gonna go commit suicide. And it ain't, like I say, it's not even a big payday, dude. You know, Tyson fights, they was big paydays for people who got knocked out.
So they could risk it.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather, that was wasn't a whole lot of risk in there. And it was a big payday. You know, ain't no big payday in this fight, dude. Why is he so insistent on meeting up with this guy that people in his own weight class don't want to meet up with?
Yeah.
Stuff like that and get me going, you know what I mean? So that got me thinking like, well, shit, I don't know, man. Maybe, you know, let's see what happened. Let's see how it heat up and how it start to form together as, you know, things get closer maybe, you know what I mean? Right now it's hard for me to even see them, man, because it's just like it's two different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they haven't, like, Mikey's not crossed that bridge over there yet. Like when I say top pound for pound, I mean in them 130s up to 140 type weight. You know, Spence, he making his statement from 147 up to 154, you know, in those realms. So it's like he hadn't crossed over that bridge of 147 and beat anybody around that weight to make us say, let's see him in there, like you said, you know. So thing is too, like what does he see though, man? Like, does he see some weakness in there, or
like I'm saying, Ant, he done seen this man up close and personal. He didn't possibly been in the gym, seeing him working. He definitely been into fights 3 or 4 rows back. Actually, why? You know what I mean? He definitely getting a closer bird's eye view than we ever could. And then, you know, I mean, it's the industry, and you know, people talk and stuff out. You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff out there. Whatever. I mean, I'm not saying bad stuff on Errol Spence, but I'm just saying information,
Mm-hmm.
information, footage. You know, different things. You know, but like you say, man, what I don't know, Ant, but he sees something.
Yeah, because I mean,
He's
all we've been
not going
hearing
to jump
is
out the window. You
yeah,
know.
because all we've been hearing is horror stories when it comes to Spence, when it comes to sparring. You
Right.
know, he be handing it. You know, he be handing out some, punishment to some guys that want to spar with him. So it's like, what did Mikey heard or what did Mikey see?
Okay, well think about it like this, Ant. I got something for you.
Okay.
The two gifted fighters. One we've been acknowledging as a gifted fighter, and one personally for me, is just coming around to it. These two gifted fighters, these two are the only two that are like serious about fighting Errol Spence.
Mm.
Why these two gifted fighters? Why not Danny Garcia, Sean Paul, all the other names that you could mention? None of them are adamant about fight because none of them are really special in my eyes. I mean, no disrespect. I mean, they great fighters, but you know, we starting to see something real special on Mikey and Terrence Crawford. You know, we've been seeing special things with him. So it's just curious that why two people that we would consider special are calling him out.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it because
That these people would probably higher ring IQs than just the average fighter. So why two get? You see what I'm saying? That why
I
these?
see,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
they see something. They see something because for there's two different type of special fighters too, Bud and Mikey. And the thing about Mikey is like maybe we haven't really seen him have to exert himself because he's always one level ahead of a fighter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's kind of like when we see Floyd, he make it look easy because he's figured his opponent out before he's got in the ring. And I mean, when you look at somebody like Mikey, he's just doing what he do because he's already saying, "Oh, this is all I got to do."
Right.
I don't have to exert. It's in his mind state saying, "Oh, this dude ain't showing. I see something in him already that I can just do this and win." So he's probably watching tapes of Spence saying, "Oh, I know how to nullify that." I ain't gonna say nothing.
I mean, add that with your brother as a world-renowned trainer, and
Mm-hmm.
giving you different spins and different looks on tape. You know what I'm saying? Different.
Polish it up, yeah.
Come on, man. It's something. That's interesting to me. And the fact that there's two gifted fighters, like I say, there's a whole other thing. I mean, you got people at 154 that could be calling Spence out. Yeah, why don't you step up to this? They're not even
calling.
Mentioning his name.
And nobody mentioned him. Nobody trying to get like, hey, let's meet at this 154 and make it happen if you this tough. But it's crazy, like you said. I never really thought of that. It's like these two guys that we always can just throw respect to easy because of what they do. They're the only ones calling them out. And it's like we say, they the smallest too. It's like, what the hell is it they see? But guys like
smallest guys, yeah.
Yeah. But it's something like the bigger guys they see. So it's like we staring clear of them, man. That kind of tells you something. But if it do, man, like the closer we get, like September, October, if it's signed, I'm like, why not? I'm the same way like them. Why not, man? Because he ain't getting Loma. So once again, Mikey, he just gonna put his stock up here and make these other guys' stock go down. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, and realistically speaking, too, man. I mean, Mikey Garcia is the better fighter out the two. The thing that really make this fight so risky is the power.
mm-hmm.
Power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you look at overall, Mikey is definitely the better fighter. You don't think so?
Better than Spence?
Yeah.
I think he's a more proven one. I think he is a more proven fighter for where he's at. I think he's a more proven guy because he's done more. And like I said, I've been able to like I said, just look at him and see the things he's done. But like for Spence, it ain't Spence's fault. But like he can't get the dance partners in there. You know what I mean? He can't get the guys in there to prove it.
Yeah, to show really with all he might have. But
Where people, like we say, they see Mikey, they see the basic style, and they be like, "Oh, I can beat him." That's why they want to take the chance, and then they can't get nothing off when they get in there with him.
yeah,
So I think he is the more proven fighter. Yeah, I think he is the
by far the
yeah.
more proven fighter. You know,
That's why I say yeah, because he's in my top 5. You know, pound for pound right now. You know,
and put it like this, and to me, I mean, Errol Spence, his wins, they've been good wins, but they've been based off the power. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia wins ain't been based off the power. They've been based off will, fortitude, persistence, you know, outworking guys, just that blue collar type of work. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is like the power. So what happens when you take the power away from Errol Spence? Where are you going to take away from Mikey Garcia? And
you don't know what to take away from because you know you.
Where are you going to take? Because even if you take this away, his footwork is good. You take that away, this is good because he's well rounded all the way around. He don't do nothing great, but he does everything good. So I mean, you take away, and I'm just speaking hypothetically. You know, somebody like Spence's power, which is his you know, coup de grace. You know what I'm saying? It could be an interesting fight. It could be an interesting fight.
Yeah, because once you take away a certain fighter's weapons, you want to see like what else they can pull out the bag. You know what I mean? Pull out the bag to win. Like if you can't knock a guy out, what else can you do? You know?
Especially when like power is your main weapon. Like Andre Ward, power wasn't his main weapon, so power was nothing people really focused on taking away from him. But at the same token, Andre Ward could pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
have some pop. So it's like you don't know what to take away. I mean, you take away this, he'll do something else. You take that away, he's gonna do something else. You take this away, because these guys are that crafty. So I mean, I mean, now that the fight is in talks. It is interesting, man. And I mean, you could debate it all day. And, you know, some people going to say, oh, it's suicide. Some people going to say, I mean, like they say, some people say Mikey walk around 170 pounds. I don't know. And I don't know how big, you know, Mikey get. He real short, but that don't mean he can't be heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we see he never gets shredded. You know what I mean? He never, like, ripped. You know, he got a little form on his body, but he never really, you know, body really ripped up or whatever. And you know, if he walk around 170 and Errol Spence walks around to 180, I mean, I don't know.
We can't. I mean, shape aside, we can't knock his conditioning. His conditioning's always on point, you know, and got heavy hands too. So I mean, it's like with somebody with the gift, the more and more you do the factors with somebody with the gift, you can't really say it is a suicide mission for him. Because I mean, he not a guy that's gonna go in there and get torn apart.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do shit. Just be standing in front of Errol Spence. Like, I mean, honestly, Errol Spence, we still need to see more out of Errol Spence. You know, like you said, it's hard for him to get dance partners. So, you know, we haven't really seen the best of him yet. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Mikey Garcia has been around a little bit longer than these guys too, Ant. You know what I'm saying? And pedigree and just the focus too, Ant. He ain't worried about the women. He ain't worried about that. He just focused on like his legacy being great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's one of the few guys like Bud that's all he think about is the fight game. I mean, whatever the money is, that's off. That's off camera. You know, everything you hear him talk about is a fight. You know, and
he's a focus on the game. It's crazy.
So yeah, man, looking at it like this, like we said, man, it's for Mikey. We know if he taking this fight, he knows something we don't know. You know what I mean? If for somebody like Errol Spence,
or he just a crazy fool, and we don't know. But I mean,
Yeah,
he seems like an intelligent guy to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. And for somebody like Errol Spence, like we said, like he's been dispatching with the guys that he's supposed to. And if he dispatched with Mikey, you know, that's what he got to do to prove his style is that deadly. You know,
Okay.
that's what he got to prove he really that boogeyman, man. So yeah, man. I mean, the more and more I talk it out, it's just a good fight, man. It's just gonna be a good fight to me. At first, I was a little scared for him, but now you kind of get a
I
chance to
mean,
just have it out. It's like okay,
I mean, and no doubt it is risky, you know. But I'm just saying, I mean, some things that's risky for certain people maybe not be risky for others. I don't know. I don't know the method to his madness, but I'm just saying. I mean, just looking at it from that perspective, it's like, well, shit. Maybe it's not as hard as it looks. You know, maybe we looking through the eyes of a fan. I mean, Mikey Garcia looking as a predator, looking at some prey. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to eat.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I mean, like I say. I mean, it shocks me that he would be so adamant about doing this and ready to dance this year. And that's what I'm saying. Ready to
yeah,
dance this year.
yeah. I mean, after just unifying the title, you want to move up 12 pounds. You want to move up 12 pounds and take on another champion. So it's like, wow, you
Yeah, like
skipping the division, going up to fighting the baddest guy at welterweight.
yeah,
You know, so
he'll be the only person to ever beat like 3 undefeated champions in a row.
yeah,
Something crazy, some crazy accolades. So, like I said, I mean, he looking at all those things. But I do want to say, I would love to see him in the ring with Lomachenko. I mean,
yeah,
I believe he would wash Lomachenko, and I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
He
I
would.
don't want him sitting around waiting and stalling because Lomachenko ain't, to me, ain't the biggest thing out. Don't give him that power and do what Wilder did with AJ. You know, just they plan, strings on a puppet dangling him all around, and it never happens. So he did the right thing. Like, yo, you acting like you ain't won it. I'm moving on. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because he, like we said, with the shoulder thing, he definitely ain't in really no hurry. So Mikey can keep doing what he doing, and I think the more he keep doing what he do, that'll kind of make Loma kind of think twice about even wanting to fight him. You know,
All right. And then it'll put the ball more on Mikey court. Like, I'm the man to beat.
he can make the call on the weight and everything. Yeah.
Or I'm the man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure, yeah, that is definitely, man. If this happened, man, November, December, that's a good one, man. But before we move on to this next one, anything else we would say about that fight, man, or potential fight?
no, man, just I'm just laying back, seeing what's gonna happen. That.
For real, man. And like, if this next fight we're gonna talk about happened in December, I mean, we're gonna close out the year with some good fights, man. Or it's gonna be another knockout highlight reel for Deontay Wilder. But yeah, when you put that picture up on Instagram about Wilder and Tyson Fury maybe coming into works in like November, December. Yeah, that just had me like, damn, Tyson running like that after that whack fight in June, man. After that whack come back fight, it's like he won this one. But I told you yesterday I looked on online and it was talking about Deontay Wilder dominate Brazil. That might happen first, and Tyson Fury might get one more fight in between. So, do you think that's better than going ahead and make the Wilder Fury fight, man, at the end of the year?
Yeah, I just seen the thing on Tyson Fury saying he definitely got another fight, lined up. I guess what, next couple of weeks or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you was out the game for 2 years. That last fight you came back was not only was you out the game for 2 years, you had to supposedly had some mental, all kinds of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? you come back and fight a guy that was like shouldn't he have been in the ring with you. So it was just like the springboard from that into a championship fight. It's kind of crazy for me. I wanted to see them fight when he was the champion. Everything was good with Tyson Fury, and they had to face off in the ring and everything like that. But since he went to the left, kind of died down. But now, with the state of the game, I think it's a chess move. You didn't get the biggest thing, but Tyson Fury is like the next biggest thing. He's from the UK. That's a nice audience.
Yeah.
Perform in front of, and I just don't know, man, because this guy, the Tyson Fury fighting next. I mean, do you know him?
I don't even know him, man. Like, I didn't know the last guy he fought in June. All I heard was that I think he used to give some sparring to Tyson Fury. And I mean, it seemed like it was close like that, the way they was all hugged up and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It wasn't like he wasn't really going in there trying to commit to really put on a performance. Like, he wanted to fight. So, and like you said, even before that, like, your last big fight was 3 years ago against Klitschko. And before that, I did see on his record, he did fight Chisora. I remember, he fought Chisora.
Yeah, beat Chisora. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Steve Cunningham fight years before that. So, I mean, he got dropped in that fight. So it's like, who on his resume really making us believe? Well, who's really making us believe that his resume is on par with the Wilder right now? What makes his resume better than Wilder's?
The interesting thing for me is going to see two big dudes in there going at it. Curry, a big dude.
He kind of fast,
And he gonna try to bring it, and Wilder gonna bring it, and it's gonna make for an exciting fight. This fight. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I don't know, but no, I'm saying I do think this fight is probably gonna be more exciting and entertaining than the AJ fight, because I got AJ being real timid, real cautious first, in that fight. He not gonna be, I got Tyson Fury coming out here trying to, put on a show, because what they call him, this Gypsy King or whatever he is, they about all that bad knuckle brawling, and all his uncles and brothers, all of them look crazy. But,
yeah. AJ, he was tentative against Carlos Takam.
Yeah.
And you saw what Chisora did to Takam, man. That's what he could have did, but he was a little tentative against him. So
you can only imagine in the ring with AJ and Wilder.
And then, like, the build-up gonna be interesting with Wilder and Fury both talking shit.
Oh yeah, that alone, that right there. I mean, that's definitely gonna be better than Wilder and AJ, because AJ don't really talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tyson is the ultimate clown. It's gonna be crazy, dude. We don't know what to expect. If them two make this official.
Because you got that Alabama accent, then you got that UK accent. You ain't gonna know what either of these dudes saying half the time.
It's gonna be a lot of yelling. It's gonna be a lot of yelling at bomb squads and knocking people's spark out, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
But okay, when I look at it, like I was saying, like, okay, man, like how high do you rate Tyson Fury's skill as like a fighter, like as far as proving himself? Because okay, you did beat Klitschko, first guy to beat Klitschko in years, but it didn't look the best. You know what I mean? It wasn't really like the best performance. And then you go on a 3-year layoff. So how can people still consider you the lineal champion,
Right.
Don't that lineal status, don't it have like expiration date on it?
I mean, that's what I would have thought, but you brought that up to me the other day, that he still is the lineal champion, because I didn't consider him no type of champion, but you told me he was. So you know what I mean? I don't know, but like you said though, Ant, Y'all want to call him that?
Get him in there.
Wilder, and then that's wipe that out.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, shoot, first time you posted, I was like, yeah, let's skip the tune-up fights. Let's go ahead and get him in there, and you lineal champion. Let's put you in there with the other champion and get you out of there, man, as fast as we can. Because right now, like I said, he didn't really show me nothing. Like even before the Klitschko fight, he didn't really make me. He didn't wow me, man. Like even like when you think about it, like Wilder, looking on his resume, I still say Luis Ortiz is hella more skillful than Tyson Fury, man.
Definitely.
I think he's a better skilled fighter than Tyson Fury, man. And I don't think that he can give Wilder that same amount of trouble. He might just because of his size.
Yeah, just that being big. That's the only. That's the only thing. Because I don't even really. I mean, he got power, but I don't think he got power no more than anybody else that Wilder been in there with. You know what I'm saying?
And I think Ortiz's pop. We saw what his pop did to Wilder. He was able to survive. You know.
Survive it. You know, we seen what his pop done to Brian Jennings, a lot of other people. And so, yeah, man, it's interesting. That it's definitely an interesting fight. Just for face value, nothing super credible. You know what I'm saying? Just
we
know Tyson gonna bring it. We know Wilder gonna bring it. You know, that's gonna look a little better on Wilder resume. I beat the lineal champion. You know, it's just
it's not like I guess you could say it is a legacy fight for Wilder as far as, you know, going ahead and cleaning out the rest of the guys, but it's still not like that skill fight like we talking about like a Crawford and Spence, you know what I mean? Not something you want to break down and just look at what both guys have. You know, you said, yeah, man, it's, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's why I just say we need to just get that over with, man. Just put the talker in there and get him out of there, man. But we got a couple fights coming up this weekend, man. You know, Kovalev, he coming back against that guy, Lito Alvarez. And what's his name? Dimitri Bivol. He's fighting at Isaac Chilema. That's all on HBO, man. So
Kovalev fought Chilema before, right?
Yeah, he fought Chilema already. Yeah.
But he won't get in there with Beterbiev or Bivol.
No, Bivol's fighting him, and Kovalev is going to fight Alvarez because Alvarez was supposed to be fighting Adonis Stevenson a while back, but you know Stevenson went to fight Badu Jack instead. So, but I know what you're getting at, man. That Bivol Kovalev or Beterbiev and Kovalev need to happen.
Yeah, we ready to see him in there dominating some guys like that, to be honest, man. You know, to be honest, I mean, they get matched up all around him, and those are the fights that, I mean, a lot of people want to see him in. I know I do.
Yeah, I mean,
these guys, you know.
Yeah, because Kovalev, he not on the come up no more. He just every fight he need to be in need to be that name now. You know, he's not coming up no more. He where he at. So
thank you.
You know, you did your numbers with Hopkins and all them, and you are who you are. You know what I mean? When you get to that point, it's always those fights, you know, and that's where Mikey Garcia be showing to these guys. And he younger, you know.
He don't even wait for y'all to bring him up. He don't even wait. He say, shit, I'm jumping 2 weight classes up and calling this joker out, you know.
Mikey, like, oh, he got the belt, I got him next, and, you know, so on. But like I said, these guys, come on now, Kovalev, come on. You know you're going to probably beat Alvarez, and you know you do need to be in there with Bivol now or Beterbiev, man. So.
And my thing is that it's not like you can't fight. You got power. You can fight. Go in there, knock one of these guys off. That's going to elevate your status. You know, guys that we don't really know. I mean, the last guy he fought, I didn't really know nothing about. This Alvarez guy, I don't know too much about. You know what I mean? It is a few names floating around that you could be fighting. Yeah,
because they said that last guy he fought was a friend of Kovalev, so I was like, you know, there's not really much of that you in that, and
yeah. So
But yeah, I'm gonna check these fights out, man. They, HBO they're supposed to have this card and I think another card and next. I don't know if they're gonna have another card before Canelo Triple G, man, but that'll probably be their next big fight in September, man.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the only two fights.
Oh no, man. Oh shit, man. Hold on, man. There's I think we were just talking about this one too, man. Hold up. Oh yeah, Devin Alexander, Andre Berto fight on Fox. Yeah, that fight's at 7:30. Berto and Alexander. I mean, that's a good matchup, for where they're at.
Definitely a good matchup.
And it's Peter Quillen and Jay Leon. They on the card. So yeah, that's a free fight. That's on Fox. So
that's what's up.
Yeah. Who you picking in Berto or Alexander?
Man, that's a tough one, man. I'm gonna go ahead and probably say Berto, man, because if Alexander don't really go in there and really dominate him or get him out of there, I think they're gonna go ahead and because since Berto fought Floyd Mayweather, that put him in another stratosphere. Just that name being connected to your name, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Alexander on the comeback trail. With the last fight, they kind of robbed him. You know what I'm saying? Who did he fight last time? I forgot.
Shoot.
Decision because he was in there and looked pretty.
Victor Ortiz.
Yeah, Victor Ortiz. So, I don't know how promising his future, looking in the game, you know what I mean? Where, somebody like Berto, just that Mayweather thing, that's just always a good thing to be passed.
It kind of, yeah, when you're in there with him, you don't even know. It kind of shoots you to another.
Yeah, look at Victor. You know what I mean? That things been good for him since that.
And Mike and Marcos Maidana.
Yeah, Maidana.
He be showing it the most, though, because, he be living, boy. I mean, You see Berto, he's still keeping the abs, but Berto, I mean, not Berto, but Maidana, he doesn't let it go, bro. Yeah, I'll probably say, who'd I say? I'm gonna pick Alexander in this one, man. I think Alexander, he still got the skill, but
definitely.
I think he might try to step it up since what happened in that last fight. And I think I'm gonna go with Peter Quillen too, man.
Oh yeah, and that fight.
Yes, Leon Love, yeah, definitely, man.
They tough to call for a different reason, though, man.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is that level of fighters where they still kind of fighting it out, but kind of out of the gatekeeper realm and the contender realm, where that's why I make it tough to call,
Yeah. Jay Leon Love and Kid Chocolate. You know what? To be honest, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Jay Leon.
Oh, okay.
Because it's gonna been about 4 years for Kid Chocolate.
Yeah. Since he had his last big fight, and I mean, when you it's true, because when you look at it, Love, people forget Love only has one loss, and I mean, since then he has been coming back a lot stronger since that loss. He's been more of a win streak. So
and definitely been more active than Peter Quillen been. I mean, I like both the guys, personally or whatever. But when I look at it, like that, I'm gonna go ahead on the level of Jay Leon, just thinking that I mean, nothing else, he the more active guy. He's been in there recently. You know what I mean? Peter Quillen, he got ring rust. Ring rust. I mean, I don't know what happened to him in that Jacobs fight. I think it was a little bit of ring rust right there, and before you know it, he got clipped. You know what I'm saying? fight was over.
Yeah, but he got clipped, man. It was just like he was just gone, man. And at least since like I was saying, at least since Leon, his first loss, he's at least fought about, I want to say, he's been on a 7-8 fight win streak, you know?
Right.
So I mean, you know, Kid Chocolate ain't gonna really might not be too much of a heavy task for him, because like we say, I've been seeing him on Instagram. He's been staying in shape. I never really seen him out of his weight realm looking too heavy. So
who?
Leon Love.
Okay.
Yeah, he been looking in good shape. So
and the thing, another factor for me too, and is like, how much do Kid Chocolate really want? You know what I mean? We seen him on the documentary. You know, what was the documentary on Netflix?
Oh, Counterpunch. Was that Counterpunch? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Counterpunch. You know, and we see he, you know, was doing some real estate. He was involved in a couple different things, fighting, and that was 2015 when they made that. I think, right? Was it 2015?
It was right. It was leading up to the Jacobs fight. So yeah, it was right before that fight.
So at that time, he didn't really seem like he wanted his legacy. You know, like his heart was in boxing. You know, I feel like Jay Leon, like, yo, I got every reason to make it. I'm rolling with Floyd. I'm the best of this, the best of that. Come on, you know, I got to be able to do something with all this stuff at my disposal. You know what I mean? I really don't know how much Kid Chocolate got left in where his head and his heart is really at in the game, man. Because Kid Chocolate getting older. It ain't nothing but tough fights left out here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He was a former champion. So I think any former champion think in their mind regaining the belt at some point. I don't see.
And like we say, the hard part is keeping it.
Yeah,
you can regain it, but could you keep it? You know,
I don't even see him regaining it though, man. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I mean 160. I mean,
yeah, I mean, yeah. When you look at who's at 160, that's a hard road to climb back up if you didn't keep the. Yeah, because he didn't keep the consistency, you know. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna wrap this little live stream up, though, man. Was there anything else you want to say before we wrap it, man?
No, man. Just, you know, it was good fights last weekend. Definitely enjoyed the Robert. I mean, all the fights really. The Parker, Dylan White, we ain't really touch on that. The King, had a good knockout, and the main event, Garcia and Robert Issa, definitely entertaining fights this weekend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of past fights, you know, potential fights. You know what I mean? It's just a lot to cover sometimes. So, you know, it's just like, man, you just gotta go watch them. You know, if you're a fan of boxing, you know, the best we could do is just recommend them sometime, you know. Like, I definitely recommend people to go watch that Chisora Takum fight. You know, I said that was like a good fight on the level of two guys who, you know, one, you think he was about done. Takum, you know, you don't know where he at. They both put on a good performance, man. You know, not a big, slow, heavyweight fight. It was kind of a fast-paced fight. You know, I liked it, man. Yeah. Same with the White and the Parker fight, man. Like I said, White, he put it on. I mean, yeah, White put it on him, you know.
Yeah.
He put it on him in that fight.
Put the beat down on Parker.
For real, man. But yeah, man, I would say before we bounce, man, you can just subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and SoundCloud. And, you know, always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You know, we always, like we said, post some things on there, try to enlighten people on some new things that we seen and some things we know from the past, man.
That's it, man. That's it.
For real. Well, yeah, before we bounce, we just want to say name Combo Breaker 99.
Boy Boxing P.
We about to sign out. Peace.
Later.